All right, let's do this. I want to sim a little bit tonight as well. We built this team. We do want to see it in action. A friendly reminder, though, we do have an A available. Wright and Kachuk Sutton all have letters, and I think I might change that up, not to disrespect Matthew Kachuk, but I normally do like to not have the menu lag. I normally do like to have at least one defenseman as captain, or an alternate. The leadership group on this team, surprise, surprise, is Crosby and Tavares. We don't really have a natural leader anymore, like Tanev was back in the day for us. But I hate to say it, we'll strip Kachuk of the letter. It's Wright's team, it's Sutton's team, and I'm going to give it to Brandstrom. He is the longest tenured member of that defense now. It's going to be Brandstrom. Am I going to trade Schnarr or not? I will see if I can find a trade for him. I agree. It would be best to do right. Not Shane Wright. But best to do right by our boy Nate Schnarr. But the problem is I might want to call him back up. I'm not... Is there anybody interested? Fuck. I agree with the concept of trade him so he gets a chance. We can get a 4th round pick for him. I'm not going to play him immediately. We'll do him a favor. We'll do him the biggest favor. We'll send him to Vancouver. And that way he doesn't even really have to relocate. We'll trade Nate Schnarr as a favor. It'll piss off the team, but it will be a favor to him to give him an opportunity to play. He was a loyal soldier for us. It's the least we can do, is to give him a chance. Now, in terms of any other potential deals, actually, that we could look for, I'm not going to wheel and deal immediately. But, again, we'll leave Medvedev unsigned. We signed Brent Burns. We'll deal with him for the season. But, yeah, you know what? We'll actually wait towards the deadline. I was wondering about maybe some of those dudes that we kind of swung and missed on, and if the AI would bite for any of them, but we'll do what we got to do. John Tavares had 7 points in 6 preseason games. I wish playoff games. Hopefully, he can continue that pace. As we will sim. There's a hair on the mic guard that I thought was a bug. We will sim through the first month and a half or so of the season. In terms of the top players, for once, there is not a franchise-level player. I think that's the first time in this series there hasn't been a franchise-level player. It's a Christmas miracle. And we'll march on and see how we do this season. That is what we shall do. We're off to a pretty good start so far this year. Injury down in the AHL, not the end of the world. Just beat Dallas 8-0 and then lost to them 5-3. Figure that one out. And we will be 13-5-2, shockingly behind the Canucks, who are 17-3-1. Sim scoring is at medium, but the shot generation is high. All right, what do we got here then? Hellebuck's rocking a 914, Rodriga 907. I'll look at the defense next. Chikrin, 12 points and a +15, 17 assists for Brandstrom. Chernak and Anderson have been okay. Samuelson and Dursey haven't been awful, but they also haven't been great. Sutton has 22 points in 20 games. Shane Wright with 19 points, but shockingly a -4. Yamamoto with 18 points as well. So that top line's struggling a bit 5-on-5. Kachuk with a very solid point total, 17. Tavares with 19. And Tom Wilson with just 8. Fuck. Kalle Olason with 7 points. Crosby with 20. Tarasenko. He's gotten better being next to Sid. And the fourth line is not working. Mutala, Lavoie, Saran Noel. I am sorry. Oh boy. Yeah, that okay. Well, hey. We tried. We tried. And this is why we shouldn't have traded Nate Schnarr. Right. Right. Let's try something here. Let's try something. I am fully aware I could probably trade Sasha Mutala. I'm going to look to send him down. And he didn't get claimed, so that's fine. Our low overall goalie's still OP. I mean, they can still go on a good run, yeah. I don't know if I'd outright call him OP, though. Connor, thank you for the reset, by the way. It's a solid 5 months. Crosby's down to an 83. Yikes. Want to put Tom Wilson on that fourth line. We are going to give SDA an incredible chance. On that second line with Tavares and Tkachuk. Or not. I think we're going to bump up Olsen. I think we're going to bump up Callie. And we're going to go Tarasenko, Crosby, and Wilson. Next to one another. You'll love to see it. And SDA can be on that fourth line. We'll mix it up a little bit. But clearly Tom Wilson on that second line, it wasn't the best situation in the world. So we got Ho back on that top line. Curtis Douglas is also there. And let's sim a little bit more. I already regret, though, trading Nate Schnarr. Shouldn't have done it. Should have kept him. He'd be right back on the fourth line because those younger guys haven't flourished in their role, unfortunately. But we got time, we got time. And we got a hell of a team here still, too. Connor Hellebuck picks up an injury. Won't be out for very long, though. Bernard Facette gets hurt down in the AHL. Hellebuck is back. Markkanen. Markkanen crushed it. One game, a 952. Rodrigue, you could be in a little bit of trouble, buddy. Just a little bit. How's Helly doing, by the way? 917. Not outrageously elite or anything, but getting the job done. Unfortunately, that was not a very kind month to us. We're at 20, 10, and 4. Down to third in the division. Interesting. With a team that you'd expect to be competing for the Presidents. Hellebuck still at that same save percentage. Chychrun, 19 points and a plus 20. Brandstrom and Chychrun have been amazing. Chernak and Axel Anderson have been fine. Samuelson and Dursey haven't even been that bad. So what is the problem? Sutton's been great. Wright's been pretty good, but not great. Yamamoto on 27 points. I wonder if Yamamoto's bringing them down, man. And then you got Tkachuk. I think we put Matthew Tkachuk back on that top line. He's our protector of our two golden boys. Tavares has been great. Olassen's been strong. Or Olasen, whatever it is. He's been strong, but not incredible. Crosby's been good. Wilson's been okay. That's a plus 5 right there. Crosby, Tavares, Olasen. Because of the X factors. That's not surprising that that's a plus 5. It's just, is it worth it? And I don't know if it is. But it might just be. We could also get a plus 5 on that top line by bumping up Crosby or Tavares. I'd rather have the plus 5 with Olasen. We're going to have the two veterans next to Olasen to kind of bump him up. Honestly, I'm going to run Sutton at center over Shane Wright. Shit. I really don't want to drop Yamamoto down to the fourth line for obvious reasons, but that's what this sets up. That top 6 is gross, but man, Yamamoto on the fourth line, that is not worth it. But Tom Wilson on the fourth line is, at least for now. Raphael Lavoie hasn't been incredible. But from the looks of it, he's about to get an interesting opportunity. He is about to get a very interesting opportunity because SDA doesn't work in that deal. At least he can take draws. And then Noel with Wilson and SDA. It's an interesting fourth line. The bottom six is hardly set right now, I think is the best way to put it. We'll see what this does. We have room for experimentation. We have room to mix and match a little bit. As long as we make the playoffs, we're where we want to be. And any big decisions can be made before the deadline, of course. So, not bad. Not bad at all. Fortunately, though, the team not quite gelling like we were expecting. Tarasenko bruises his ribs. He's hurt. Charlie DeRoche is available. It's honestly not that bad. We'll take him. We had room for him after getting rid of Nate Schneider. So 29, 16, and 4. It's not bad. It's not incredible. Matthew Tkachuk, though, is leading this team in points, and that's a little bit concerning. Hellebuck only has a 9-13. Rodriguez up to a 9-18. So goaltending should be fine. Chychrun's phenomenal. Brandstrom's phenomenal. Chernak and Anderson are fine. All right, Samuelson and Durzi, they've been good enough to get us to this point. We know that defensive insurance is on its way at the deadline. So Tkachuk is crushing it. Sutton also doing very well. Shane Wright has just 5 goals. So AJ, there's your answer. Olsen up to 23 points. Crosby on 36. Tavares still doing very well. Ryan McLeod, in the few games he's gotten to play, replacing Tarasenko, has done nothing. Lavoie has 10 points in 49 games. SDA has been pretty good, though. The problem is we can't run SDA, Wilson, and Yamamoto. We gotta bump Crosby back down. We gotta do it. And shockingly, it's going to be for SDA. But SDA has been pretty damn good. Unless... yeah, shit. So, SDA is in the Jack Dugan spot. He's going to get an opportunity here. Unforeseen set of circumstances, but here we are. And we'll see... we'll see what we got. You could. It's only a -1. That's true, but I'm trying to avoid it. Unfortunately, McLeod and Lavoie have just not been what I need. And then things change once Tarasenko comes back anyway. So McLeod and Raphael Lavoie, if I lose him, I lose him. If I can trade him later, I can trade him later. Let's bring back Curtis Douglas. Was a good fourth liner for us last year. And Connor McMichael's having himself a hell of a season as well. Oh, Kingham back again. Kidham, excuse me. How's the sweating been going in Hutt? Brandon Coe, honestly, another big boy. Maybe we go back to the idea of just big boys on the fourth line and seeing what they can do. We're not losing anybody on waivers, man. So why not? Saron Noel's a big boy as well, so we don't exactly have Schnarr like we did last year, but that idea of the big boy fourth line could be exactly what we need. Coe, Douglas, and Noel. Let's give it a shot. Apparently we lose power play options, though. Go figure. Mania situation. Ah, sorry, you mentioned that last night. Fair enough. Let's just get, like, Axel Anderson in there for the moment. We'll have to fix this later anyway. I know that's a -2, but honestly, I'm just going to leave it as is. We got more lineup changes coming anyway. There's not really much of a point to go crazy at this stage. The deadline is not until next month. Tarasenko, I believe, comes back from injury this month. I don't know how soon. You got our answer. SDA has 15 points in 31 games. Tarasenko had 24 points in 46. Scratching anybody is kind of rough. We are going to drop Tom Wilson back down to the fourth line to get Tarasenko back in. We'll go Yamamoto, Crosby, Tarasenko for a third line. Jesus. All right. Hopefully we don't continue to lose games as consistently as we are, though. Crosby breaks his nose. He's out until the beginning of next month. Connor McMichael suffers a concussion. That's unfortunate for the AHL. He's been really good. All right, late deadline. It's on the 8th. 36-19-4. Let's wait for Crosby to come back. It's a day or two away. McMichael's healthy. Sim this game against Tampa. Crosby's healthy. Cool. You have Crosby. Yeah, he signed as a free agent. We did sign him to 8.7, though. So if we look at this team, obviously right now it's really kind of mixed and matched. In terms of what we wanted. That's pretty much what we had, except we had Coe out and Saron Noel in. So Tkachuk is still absolutely crushing it. He's going to hit 40 goals this year. Sutton's still looking really good. Shane Wright's still looking really good, even though he's not scoring goals. Olesen has 30 points. It's pretty damn good. Tavares has been great as a free agent pickup. SDA has 21 points, so he would be on a 40-point pace. It's not bad. It's not ideal for the second line. Tarasenko on 25 points. Oh, we're full Vegas. Full Vegas still. Crosby's still been great. Yamamoto's still been pretty good. That plus-minus is awful, though. And then Noel, Curtis Douglas, So SDA, being as good as he is, has kind of put me into a rough situation where it's like, cool, we have Tom Wilson on the fourth line. But we still have so much cap space, it's not worth moving on from anybody if we don't have to. Unless there are cap implications for next year, aside from the fact that we know we're going to be acquiring some defense at the deadline. That's the big thing. So all we'll do is check the contracts of the guys who are here long term that are struggling. And we'll do what we got to do. But we enter the deadline. We know we're targeting defense. Kirill Kaprizov's available. He's a 92 on an expiring deal. Jesus. He got Zibanejad, who's in Minnesota with him. Eriksson Ek. Tomas Hertl, Beauvillier, Josh Anderson, Carey Price. Boston's interested too. So unfortunately, like in terms of great defenders, apparently not. Apparently not. As the Islanders have made the first trade of the day. Jonas Brodin for Jakub Vrana. You got Michael McLeod, like Connor Timmins, Vince Dunn, Travis Sanheim, Kevin LeBanc, Kel Backlund. I mean, there are defensemen available. How good they are, or, you know, whether or not they're kind of middling is the problem right now. So Carolina makes a deal. Luke Cunning's on the move, as is Jamie Alexiak. And then there's Kirill Kaprizov, who's going to be a free agent. He's only 28, and you know he's going to ask for the earth and the moon in free agency. I would never do that trade, no matter how good Kaprizov is. That's way too much. Cole Perfetti, Cody Glass, Jordan Eberle, Pajot. Colton Parayko and Jacob Trouba are available. Trouba's on an expiring deal. He is our first target. Gudas a third and Noel. Meach, Noel and a fourth. Second, a third, and Noel. They really want Sarah Noel. We could dump Tom Wilson's contract, but it's expiring. Honestly, giving up someone like Meech, he was one of the low-rated dudes, right? I mean, Meech in a third is fine. I can swap out Noel. Yeah, Meech is a 59 at 20 years old. That's a no-brainer. As Montreal has traded Carey Price to the Rangers for Colton Parayko. Interesting. So Sarah Noel in terms of his value. Ryan McLeod hasn't done it. Is that enough? No. Not in the right ballpark. How much value does Sarah Noel have? What? How has Noel been? Honestly, I'll use Sarah Noel in the deal. Can we get the deal done? You're the one that offered the trade! What the hell are you talking about? It's not good enough. You offered that exact deal. That glitch is still in? Or do they not want to trade him anymore? Oh, Montreal just fucked me. Because they got rid of Parayko, they've now decided they don't want to get rid of Trouba. Thanks, Montreal. Thanks. Appreciate it. Fuckers. God, how could anybody like that team? The worst. Well, I should have just accepted the trade at first sight, apparently. God, that screws us up, man. Got Sean Walker. That really, really screws us. We're looking at Justin Falk, Torrey Krug, Adam Larson, all of whom have term. At least an extra year. Which is more than what I'd want to pay for. But I might not have a choice. Montreal absolutely screwed me, dude. Kessel and Malkin play together in Winnipeg. It's pretty funny. I got no choice but to work out a deal with St. Louis. And honestly, it's probably going to be for Krug and Falk. And that's a lot of money to take on to improve this defense to go for it, but we got to do what we got to do. A first rounder, Montoya and Noel.
Oh, good!
Montoya, a first, and Noel. Holden. Oh, God. Nothing clever. Thank you for the follow. This is going to be rough. I'm not opposed to giving up the first rounder. Montoya. 21 to 70. Man, Montoya could be something, though. Hold on. Where's Montoya's value? There he is. How does Brent Burns have that value? Are you interested in Brent Burns? Noel hasn't been amazing. Burns a first. Noel for Falcon Krug? No. Alright. St. Louis has a shitload of salary. I'm going to try to pull off this ridiculous deal. Colton Parayko has been dealt from the Rangers to the Habs and now dealt again. It's not the first time we've seen that happen. We are going to try to get St. Louis to pull off the double retention on Krug and Falk. Bring them down to 3.25 each. Because I have pieces. Look at SDA's trade value. Do we use it? It's never going to be higher. He has 23 points in 42 games. He's been the Jack Dugan of this season. That might be the guy to use, though. Man. Brent Burns. We can use Meech. We can use Gudis. I think we got to use that value. I would see. Oh, I'd have more than 50 players. I got to use somebody else that's under contract. Can we use SDA's ridiculous value? Not that SDA hasn't been great for us. He has, but man. We don't want to retain there. There's no way I pull this off if I don't use SDA, and we need to improve our defense. We have so much offense, we have to do this. What if I use a second? Fair value there, but they don't want to retain. A first rounder would get it done. What if I use this medium elite goalie that we just drafted recently in Saunders? As a 53 at 18 years old? Still no. From there, let's start reducing the price that I'm asking them to retain. And we'll see if they budge. As long as I'm not paying these dudes full price, we're okay. Come on, St. Louis, let's go. We have so much cap space still heading into next year. Tom Wilson's off the book, so these deals practically pay for themselves. Come on, St. Louis. You're getting back a hell of a haul here. You're getting back SDA, who might be on the cusp of breaking through. Fuck. I'm going to have to use my first if I want this to go through. These are my two best options on defense. Done deal. Let's do it. So it's Meech, Gudis, SDA, a medium elite goalie, and Brent Burns as we acquire Torrey Krug and Justin Falk. Falk at 4.85, Krug at 4.525. Both deals are up next year. Those are market value deals, to be honest. Like, you saw that Adam Larson was looking for over 5. That's a pretty damn good deal. So look at this defense now. It's Brandstrom, Chernak, Chikrin, Falk, Krug, Anderson. That is a beautiful contract situation. I hate to have had to get rid of SDA. Yeah, first round exit. Let's go. I hate to have had to get rid of SDA, but somebody had to go in that top 9 anyway. I mean, right there, that's our top 9. You know, we'll have to give Tom Wilson a little bit more respect. We'll see who can carve out a spot on the 4th line. But it had to be done. It had to be done. In terms of available, Kirill Kaprizov would be Chikrin, Holden, Ackers. Yeah, there's just no way. There's just no way. Again, we don't really have space. We don't really have space for any of these guys. Lucas Dostal's out there as a goalie. Markstrom, Vince Dunn. Yeah, we don't really have space for any of these guys. The only question is, like, is St. Louis willing to trade SDA back? But even then, man, we got nobody. Oh, yeah, they're keeping him. All right, so the only thing we can really do from here is see if there's anybody that we can kind of sell off to get some draft picks here. Lucic recently retired. We'll keep the goaltending as is. There's really no value there. On defense, we'll keep those two. For the hell of it. I mean, Persson, honestly, let's just see what I can get for him. 2/4 as the going rate. We'll do that. We'll take that from Boston. Pare, I want to keep to see if he develops. We got Bohinski. Can I get anything for him? No. DeRoche. Can I get anything for Coyle? Yeah, it's not that dumb. About Blaine, nothing there either. Alright, it's not looking to be as dumb as they've been before. Oh boy, how did you do at the NHL level? He had 10 points in 49 games. Just defensively, it wasn't that great. Sarah Noel, we can still move on from if I can get anything for him, because we're going to send him down. 4th and a 6th. Seems to be the going rate. Send Sarah Noel to Anaheim. Sasha Mutala had 2 points in 20 games. Can I get anything for him? 5th and a 7th. We'll take the 5th and the 7th from Dallas. There might be a little bit more, but... And then Coe, honestly, hasn't been that bad. Not enough to drop. Beckman, can I get anything for Cole? No. Can I get anything for Friggin? Don't know why low 9s have value, but they do. We'll take a 6th rounder from LA. Nothing for Russo. Can I move on from Tyler Ennis's deal? No. Is he expiring at the end of the year? Yeah. So Ennis's deal's off the books too. That's awesome. And from there, Douglas hasn't been that bad, to be honest. McLeod. McLeod was one that really kind of struggled to do anything. Send him down to Florida. I think we're good. We have depth. We're good to go. John, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Give up the dream. Give up the dream. Bro on the move. Alright, so. Whoops. Meant to go to rosters, of course. Although one of these days we should probably look around the league, see what everyone's dealing with, maybe at the start of next year. So again, goaltending-wise, we're fine. The defense, we're more than fine at this stage. Kasparaitis, by the way, up to a 79. He should be NHL ready next year. We're going to send down Philip Kral. Sean Dursey can be the healthy scratch once more. And in forwards, we have 10. So it's the question of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the fourth line. I don't think I'm overly sold on the idea of the big boys with Lavoie, whatever it may be. You do wonder how well Connor McMichael would do. We'll give that version of the fourth line a little bit more time. I think that's the best way to handle it. I still like the idea of kind of spreading the wealth with this team. I want Crosby at center. Crosby, Wright, and Tavares, even though Sutton has better face-offs than Wright. It's not by much. We'll leave them with Tkachuk. That's worked out incredibly well. And Olsen. Olsen, Tavares, Wilson, Yamamoto, Crosby, Tarasenko. It's a +3. And Yamamoto, Crosby, Tarasenko should be pretty damn good. That fourth line. No extra chemistry to be had, so we'll leave Dougie at center. It's not bad. Fourth line, we got so many different players we can bounce out of there. Hopefully Tom Wilson, it's more of a morale thing. It looks like it is. He wasn't happy being on the fourth line. So hopefully he bounces back a bit. Again, Chychrun and Brandstrom have been fantastic. No reason to split them up. Chernak. Oh boy. We might have. Oh man, Justin Falk has had a horrible, horrible season. Chernak, I hate to say it, pretty much has to go to the third pairing. So to be Anderson and Krug, once upon a time, could have been a Bruins pairing, and then Falk and Chernak on the the third pairing. That's still a hell of a defense. I mean, Chernak and Falk being our third pair is unreal. Like, this team is set up so stupidly well. It's just, are we destined for that first round exit, right? Question is who to call up as a healthy scratch. I think it'll be Antoine Morand. You know, he's 26 at this stage. There's not really too much that he's playing for. And then in the AHL, again, Wallstead and Holden. The backup goalie situation just got a lot more interesting, too. Holden's up to a 78 at 21 years old. Next year's going to be nuts. Velati and Kral are both 26. Let's get Kral out of there for Montoya. Velati can be out. Naev is only 25. Krudel is 23. Get Samuelson out of there for Croutil. Trying to optimize this defense here. Again, we just had Charlie DeRoche kind of fall into our lap here. Gonna run into a low 80 overall goalie. Oh yeah, we're gonna get stopped. Don't worry, I'm well aware. And most of my defense only fits on the third pair. That's nuts. That'll have to be the defense again. Velati really drags it down. And then the offense, Tyler Ennis. Doesn't even have to be removed anymore. Gonna move him around to avoid that -1. He'll be on the top line with Fiset and Ho. That works out. So I think we're good to go. I mean, are we primed for like a Stanley Cup run? Yes. Are we gonna win the Stanley Cup? Hey, I doubt it. I doubt it heavily. But man, this team is still set up so well. Just, ugh, I got a bad feeling.